What if a melody could be medicine? I mean, really, truly as powerful as a prescription? That's the world we're diving into today, through the work of Sarod maestro Pandit Vivek Joshi. He's pioneering the use of ancient Indian classical music as a very modern healing tool. So, let's see how he does it.
This is the only path to go nearer to God. Wow, that's a powerful statement, right? It tells you right away that for Pandit Joshi, this isn't just about entertainment or performance. It's something way, way deeper. It's a spiritual practice. This one sentence really sets the stage for a journey that's about so much more than music.
So, how does a person become a musical healer? Well, Pandit Joshi's story is pretty fascinating, mainly because it doesn't start where you'd expect, like a music conservatory. Nope, it starts in the world of pharmaceuticals. And that unique blend of science and art, that's really the key to his whole approach.
Talk about an unconventional path. He kicks things off in 1979, joining his family's Ayurvedic pharma business, so he's already got this scientific mindset. Then, flash forward to the year 2000, he's in Singapore and has this light bulb moment seeing how deeply Europeans connect with spiritual Indian music. A year later, a friend, a diamond merchant of all people, tells him, "Hey, you're a great presenter. You should apply that to music therapy." And boom, that one conversation plants a seed that leads to his first major performance at a Mumbai medical college in 2004. That was the real turning point.
Okay, so you have this incredible mission, but now for the hard part. You've got to convince the establishment, the doctors, the scientists, and that's a whole different ballgame. His challenge was huge, to prove that his instrument, the sarod, could be just as powerful as a prescription pad.
I want you to just imagine this scene for a second. You're standing in front of 50 medical professors. These are people who live and breathe data, evidence, and clinical trials. And the dean looks at you and says, "You've got 5 minutes." Just 5 minutes. Not just to introduce yourself, but to pitch this whole idea that music can be a legitimate therapy. Can you feel the pressure? It must have been absolutely immense.
And what happened next is just incredible. In those 5 minutes, he did it. He completely captivated them. He didn't just give a speech. He lit a spark of real curiosity. So much so, that tiny 5-minute slot turned into an invitation for a full 1-hour concert the very next week. He literally turned a room of skeptics into an eager audience.
So the door's open. He's got his foot in. Now it was time to let the music do the talking. And boy, did it ever. Because the most powerful proof isn't some theory in a textbook. It's seeing the real, observable change in people right in front of your own eyes.
Let's get into a couple of these stories, because this is where it gets really interesting. He talks about meeting this middle-aged psychiatrist who was helping set up for a concert. And this doctor was, well, stoic is the word. Super serious, completely unexpressive. You couldn't even get a smile out of him. You know the type.
Okay, now fast forward 1 hour. After listening to the music, that same doctor is a completely different person. He's smiling, his whole body language has changed, and he's just gushing, saying, "What a lovely music, we were spellbound." Now think about that. If it can have that kind of effect on a trained, reserved psychiatrist, just imagine what it could do for his patients.
And that's not the only story. Here's another one, this time from a psychiatric ward. There was a patient there known for being extremely restless. I mean, she physically could not sit still, not even for a few minutes.
So after the concert, the head of the psychiatry department comes up to Pandit Joshi, and he's just stunned. He asks him, "How did you make my patient sit for 45 minutes in one place? She doesn't even sit for 5 minutes." That question says everything, doesn't it? The music achieved a state of calm and focus that medicine and therapy were struggling to reach.
And this wasn't just a one-off thing. He saw this pattern over and over again. It didn't matter if he was performing in a mental hospital or even a central jail. The response was consistently the same. People were just held in rapt attention, experiencing this rare and profound sense of peace in some of the most challenging environments imaginable.
The stories are incredible, but what about the numbers? Well, in the feedback he collected from his therapy sessions, he found a 97% success rate. 97%! That's not just a feeling, that's data that confirms just how powerful this music is. So, why does this work so well? What's the theory behind it all? This is where we get into Pandit Joshi's philosophy of sound, and it's absolutely fascinating. He breaks down how different kinds of music affect us in totally different ways. All right, first a quick primer. There are basically two main kinds of music therapy.
There's active therapy, which is where the patient actually learns to play an instrument. This is often used for physical conditions like Parkinson's. But what Pandit Joshi focuses on is passive therapy. This is all about healing through intensive, focused listening, which is ideal for mental and emotional health.
Now here's his key insight, and I love this comparison. He talks about head music versus heart music. He sees a lot of Western music as head music. It's rhythmic, it's scripted, it's structured. In contrast, Indian classical music is heart music. It's soulful, meditative, and improvisational. It's not trying to get into your head, it's trying to connect with your heart and calm your entire system down.
At its core, he calls this vibration therapy. The idea is that you don't just hear the music, you feel it. The specific frequencies and notes are vibrations that literally resonate with your body's own systems. They work directly on your nerves, soothing them. So this isn't just about relaxation, it's about using sound to physically recalibrate a stressed-out nervous system, leading to real benefits, like better sleep.
But look, passion and powerful stories are fantastic, but to bring this into the mainstream, to make it a modern medicine, you need more. And Pandit Joshi knows this. He's not just an artist, he's a pragmatist. He has a clear vision for how to prove this scientifically.
He proposes a super clear, practical framework for research. Step 1. Standardize it. You have to use the same raga at the same time with the same group to get consistent data. Step 2. Measure it. Use established clinical tools like the Hamilton Rating Scale for Anxiety to get objective results. Step 3. Collaborate. Work with hospitals and rehab centers. And finally, Step 4, and this is crucial, publish the findings to build up a body of evidence.
And his ultimate vision is beautifully collaborative. He calls for engineers, the people who understand frequency and acoustics, to work side by side with doctors who understand human physiology. Together, he believes, they can truly unlock the science behind this incredible healing art.
All of this leaves us with a pretty powerful question, doesn't it? As we all search for more holistic ways to heal ourselves, Pandit Joshi's work suggests that maybe one of the most effective medicines has been with us all along. Not in a pill, but in a melody. Could our prescription for the future really be a song,